Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Question of the Day. I'm your host, Tony Robertson. I'm here reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. What a night. Question: how did Kamala Harris lose the election? How did Kamala Harris lose the election? I would like for everyone to chime in. I ask that you keep all of your stuff professional, all your opinions professional, meaning no cursing. You can speak and say anything that you like. I just ask that everyone respect everyone's opinion. Now, for me, I told everybody from the beginning that she was going to lose this race. Not because I have anything against Kamala Harris personally, but I thought about Mrs. Clinton, Hillary. When she ran for president, I felt Hillary was more qualified than Kamala. I feel she had the resources, the backing, and she had, a following. And she was surprised to see how she was blown out when she went up against Donald Trump. So I said, when I watched Kamala Harris make her rounds, and it was certain things that she did I felt helped her lose the election. My thoughts: number one, why go back and forth with Donald Trump? He's going to call you names. He's going to say things about you. That's not going to win you an election by going back and forth with Donald Trump. Second, you bring entertainers on stage to represent you, and to me and others, because I was going around asking people how did they feel, blacks as well as whites. How do you feel about Vice President Harris bringing Sexy Red, Glorilla, and Megan Thee Stallion on stage? And everyone pretty much said the same thing. It felt like disrespect, as though she felt like we was ignorant and said, okay, I'll bring a rapper on stage that'll make them vote for me. Where she dropped the ball, meaning Kamala Harris, every time she was asked about the economy, she kept sidestepping the questions. My mother was middle class. We cut our grass. My mother was a hard worker. I worked at McDonald's. All of those things sound great, but you're not answering the question. Also, you talked about lowering taxes for the middle class. So let's talk about the people that's below the middle class, like those who are only making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. Like in the state of Georgia, you have teachers who make $33,000 to $50,000, some 60, master's degrees and not even making $100,000. Police officers in Georgia, $40,000 to $60,000. In the state of Georgia, that's not middle class. We never touched on what are we going to do for the people below middle class. We were talking about lowering taxes for middle class. That was a mistake, because I felt they were just trying to piggyback off of Trump, stating that he's only looking out for the rich. That's not the case. Instead of them answering the questions of what you're going to do about the economy, what you're going to do about these wars, we kept trying to, Donald Trump is a felon. Donald Trump didn't do this. Donald Trump didn't do that. Here's where I also thought there was a turning point in the election. Donald Trump was president of the United States before. Once Trump was out of office, President Joe Biden took over. And everyone saw how the country was headed after Trump left office. So people took a chance with the Democratic Party. And the Democratic Party failed a lot of people and let a lot of people down. And it's almost like fool me once, fool me twice. So again, Trump won states that he wasn't supposed to win. Pennsylvania, Georgia. He won these states that he was not supposed to win. Not because he did anything spectacular. The people was tired of the rhetoric and the not answering the questions. See, Trump can get away with calling you out your name and saying things that people don't like and rubbing people the wrong way and, but others can't. And a lot of people saw how the country was ran when Trump was in the chair because he was president of the United States before. Were there any wars going on? That answer is no. Was the economy better? Well, let them tell it. They'll say he took over Barack's economy or whatever. At the end of the day, real recognize real. Whoever Ms. Harris had navigating her campaign, I don't feel they did a good enough job. And America has spoken. Halfway in watching this election, when I saw how many electoral votes Mr. Trump had by 11 o'clock, I was like, this race is over. And I wake up this morning and I'm like, done deal. Donald Trump will be the new president of the United States. I know a lot of people do not like this man. I know a lot of people say he stands for some of the craziest things. But at the end of the day, this was America's decision. Not mine, not yours. The people got to vote. Now, I'm hoping that we all can accept the decision and come together as one. So Republicans and Democrats, put your differences aside. We're trying to make America great again. Let's work together. Please, everyone, no more bitterness, no more bickering. Living in Georgia, I live in a community where the average house is 1.4 million. But what's disturbing to me is when I go down to like the city of Atlanta, to the Fox Theater to see a stage play, and I see homeless people all over the place. And these are Americans. And I'm asking myself, with all the resources that we have in the United States, why do we continue to take care of everybody but our own people? We sending money over to this country, we're sending money over to that country, and yet we got people starving here. This is why Donald Trump is the president of the United States of America. Peace and blessings. Please leave your comments. If you agree or disagree, at the end of the day, a decision was made by the American people. Peace and blessings. Let's unite, and everyone have a great day.